That's a good choice.
That's a good choice. You get to see that. I don't want to spoil you anything, but let's go. You can see on the screen. It's going to be Snake for Mr.R against Tru4 on his almighty Shulk.
Very smart for a couple of reasons. First, I think the range of Shulk can be really troublesome with Chrome. All the Monado might be also kind of troublesome. The fact that he got also a counter which will allow him to make some crazy good edge guard against Chrome. The fact that he got the jump Monado that will allow him to make an edge guard against Chrome also. I feel like that might be really tough and really hard. And with all the range that they got, man, he'd rather play a much more defensive character as Snake, ready to make the explosion everywhere and force him to approach and just make everything boom. And the fact that he got such a good range, a big range more likely, it will more essentially hit the grenade even if he did not want to.
Definitely a pretty convincing and strong lead for Mr.R now, setting up the up smash at the ledge. But switch to Buster mode, so more damage but less knockback. Oh, the nade, oh, the forward air here. We are in chill mode and now speed mode, so that means we'll try to outspeed Snake and make sure he doesn't have time to set his projectile C4 nades and stuff. Back to the smash mode. And Vanilla, Shulk now jump. Tru4, kind of relentless for now.
Jump is will be, I think, really important to keep track on Snake. But right now, man, so many person has been dealt thanks to the Buster thing, and I'm not sure that was a side B. I'm not sure he wanted to make a side B here, more likely a reverse B or something like that. So unfortunately, get punished hard for that. Tru4 taking the first game.
There might be a wave bounce down.
The first stock.
First stock for now. Ooh, but up tilt, did you really miss your dash grab? Well, let me introduce you to the God Slag. The God Slag up tilt. But now he's trapped at the ledge, and burst mode at the ledge is so good because you cover basically any option, and if you cover an option from your opponent, then you deal a huge amount of damage, so you have to rely on that. Back to switch mode, and Vanilla, Shulk dash attack again, and Mr.R making good use of the dash attack to set him up on the platform. No, it's going to be Tru4's turn to apply a pressure.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I thought. He stick the C4 against Tru4. Wasn't sure of it, but I think he did. What a sneaky guy. Unfortunately, wouldn't be able to pull it out on his opponent. But look at that, man. Tru4 is always closing up the distance and playing very well, man. Very well. Oh my God! You got the smash, got a lot of knockback. You're back in the air, ready to cover it once again with that up air and get the kill, even if you go into a jump Monado.
My boy, vertical dropkick. Don't try this at home.
Oh no.
Vertical dropkick, don't try this at home. For now, we have a pretty huge lead for Mr.R, even though, you know, back air can seal the RB also, but he'll need an extra oomph to make sure he takes the kill, he takes the stock. 51%, Mr.R playing around his C4, playing around the nades to make sure he deals like a bit of damage before he gives up his second stock, trapped at the ledge, and forward air is going to take the stock. A 45% deficit, that's kind of good for Mr.R.
Yeah, for sure, get a good advance there with the speed Monado, try to close up the distance. That's so hard to cover and stop the distance. That's one of the main things. Snake kind of like that kind of character, you know, that's just like rushing on him, just like can make some forward tilt or up tilt if necessary, but they're not, man. The minefield to get through, and that's really hard. Now you're back in the edges. All those up smash will not reach him though. Get a grab, push him off stage once again. Now the Nikita just to make your wall C4 just in case, and the Nair to make your wall again. Look at that. Will Tru4 be able to make it through this?
And I love the fact that he's using the jump mode at the ledge to avoid the up tilt, avoid the landing coverage from Mr.R. So Tru4 really using optimally all the Monado arts to kind of disrupt Mr.R's game plan, and it seems to work for now. 100% deficit between those two. Shield mode will make every person count even harder, but he's a bit slow. Vanilla Shulk, and oh, he didn't go for the down throw or right forward throw. Wants to set the up smashes, and of course the mortar on the way back will take the kill.
All those rockets, man, all those rockets. 1, 2, 3, this is a rain. Justice is raining from above, you know?
Yeah, justice from above.
So, for sure, yeah, man, that was really tough, really tough for Tru4. But I feel like Mr.R just get the upper end on the whole game, on that first one. Like, You just get the wall control, you know, just with all the nades, all those normal hit on the ground, sometimes playing with all those aerial if needed, you know, just in shot up. For instance, I recall the shot up near that made the wall to Tru4. Always respecting also the Monado and always adapting to those Monado. He saw the jump, he wasn't throwing too many things at that point because he knew he was about to jump, so he was more ready, you know, to see where he was about to land and punish. On the spin mode, he was more eager to throw out some grenades to make the wall. When he was on the shield, he was ready to attack at that moment, and so on. So definitely, Mr.R super good at adapting on which Monado Tru4 is going for.
That's really true, man. That's really true. This adaptation to the Monado arts you have to adapt to this mechanic because otherwise you're just going to be pressured. You will not be able to apply your game plan. Even if you're Snake, it makes no difference. Now we're on town and city, so that means platforms to kind of escape Snake's pressure, escape Snake's projectiles, but now he's trapped at the ledge. See the use of the neutral to catch him in the air. That was pretty clever. Down air to reset the situation. Backslash will go for the ledge. Did not let enough time for Mr.R to set anything, but a few frames later, here comes the up tilt to take the stock.
Man, dash in up tilt. He saw him jump and he ran just behind him to make that up tilt. Was really good by Mr.R, man. Not losing his objective on site. Crazy good, crazy good. Look at that, now he's ready to move around him because he knows that as a jump, it's really tough when you jump Monado to make some short movements, that, if I might say so, you know, some micro spacing. It's really tough, so this is where Mr.R can go for it because he knows how hard it can be for a Shulk to do so. Wow, good conversion! Thanks to the swap in between the speed Monado and the vanilla Monado, he converted a hit into other hit afterwards.
Oh, but for now, using the projectiles, Talon City. Thank God we're on Talon City. It's the second highest ceiling in the game, because otherwise would have been dead, for sure. Now we are on the Buster mode, so I mean more damage, but 4x1-2 is going to push him off stage. Nikita, where are you going, boy? Monado boy? Doesn't matter. Nikita in your butt, let's see if you see the future.
That was just crazy good also, once again. Just like, you know, covering it from the edge and just making that tiny way back with the missiles, ready to cover those. That's just crazy good. Now there's a grenade and Tru4 was ready with his back air. He's really good at spacing with those. So indeed, we're gonna see a lot of those back air during the set. Right now, Mr.R just like closing up the distance, trying to get back the center, but ready to move around him. Now they got distance. There we go for the grenades, for the rocket, for everything, for all the explosion. Ready for those.
Ready for those, switching back to shield mode immediately because he knows that in the air, Mr.R, well, Snakes in particular, can be quite aggressive, quite decisive also. Now he's using the platform to cover himself with the C4, but doesn't really work. Tru4, this stock is much more convincing, but Mr.R, the C4, was kind of hiding on the platform. The wall pivot grab, sets the ledge trap, 2-3 up smashes. Look at that, look at this shield, it's damn low, and the patience from Mr.R, my God! 3 motors in a row to just catch him in the air with the back air. That's conditioning in a nutshell.
I love how he was waiting for the roll, you know, because of all the pressure. He was positioning to cover it, and suddenly it was like, oh, you won't gonna roll. Okay, then we're gonna wait you to jump. And that was such a great thing because we also, Mr.R watching his opener, you know, face by face, and suddenly just turning back, ready to make the back air. As soon as you understand the fact that, okay, you won't roll, but you will jump at some point. You will just relieve the shield. And at that moment, it just turned back. Exactly. Like, you're gonna use your range to maybe, you know, play around me, but you know what? Have you seen the length of my legs? Have you seen that? Because you know they're pretty good legs, you know. I'm a tall guy, he said. So yeah, just show the back here and that was it. But yeah, crazy good. Mr.R right now is just like showing such an impressive game plan first against Tru4, and such an insanely good adaptation and read and man games against during that set.
Man, how can you get a driving license with such legs?
That's true, actually.
I mean, how? At this point, it's impossible. Anyway, Gore playing one of the best music, if you ask me. We are on Final Destination, catching the get-up attack with the forward air on the way down. Well, really nicely done by Mr.R. We are at 2-0 for now, and Tru4 no platforms, so that's kind of totally different. That's totally different from the previous game because he chose Town and City. Now, Final Destination, let's see what he has up his sleeves.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see it actually, because like now, it's gonna be maybe easier, quote unquote, to catch the landing of Snake, but the thing is, like, for now, he's not leaving the ground at all. On the other side, though, it's Tru4 who's taking a lot of damage right now. It's gonna be tough. Now the Nair, I think the C4 is close to the right edge, so take care of that. Yeah, he was. But the speed mode just allowing him to just cross everything up, and once again, because of that big sword, just take the grenade, put him on the ground, get hit. Tru4 just hit the grenade, get the explosion, and Mr.R already ready to make that jump at that up air. Not the first time we've seen it, and that won't be the last time either.
And I feel like Mr.R is consistently catching any defensive option from Miss Tru4, but meanwhile, Tru4 got the kill on this up air.
That up air was just insanely good regarding the spacing, because Mr.R took out a grenade at that moment, especially. And that's an up air in 2 hit, a light one and the strong one. But neither of them, nor the weak one nor the strong one, hit the grenade that allowed Tru4 to kill Mr.R, and that's a lot. That was a really nice spacing.
Pretty convincing spacing indeed. Mr.R jump mode allow Tru4 to kind of reset the neutral, but Mr.R, look at that. Like the nades, all the nades, he's just dropping on the ground, making sure that this Final Destination looks like a minefield. Tru4 is not allowed to land on the ground. Look at that, Mr.R with all the nades, he's at the ledge, 180%, pretty much anything kill at this point. Nice spot dodge to avoid the down throw. That was needed at this point. That was really needed. Speed mode, he doesn't want to get grabbed, so let's switch to spin mode and make sure he can space properly. Tru4 switches to smash mode, sorry. So pretty much everything, but no, let's skip it up on the shield modes. Mr.R, look at that, applying the pressure, and this is going to be it on the down throw.
That was a super smart switch to smash mode just in case, but super smart switch also back to shield, because with all the grenade he would have been dead by a grenade, and as soon as it's far from Mr.R, he can't allow himself to be in the smash mode, so it's really interesting. Right now, any kind of move will kill. Mr.R needs to get back to the center. No more smash mode. Get back in the buster. Just allowing Mr.R to make a hit, because when Shulk is in buster mode, he also received more percent. So that's really nice. And now Tru4 converting out of a grenade.
Oh, you have to. Oh, Mr.R. Unfortunately, yes. Yes, that's not it yet for Mr.R. Still a 60% deficit for Tru4. Now he's pushed at the ledge to get at the nade on the left, it exploded, forcing the double jump, and Tru4 doesn't really care about that. He switches to the speed mode, making sure he has the mobility, he has the things, the mobility to keep up with the pace of the game, being really, really fast right now because of the projectiles. Mr.R, pretty patient, but down through here, oh, barely missed the neutral. The C4 now resets the situation at the mortar here. This could be anything for Tru4, the up air. Oh, this air dodge was everything, man. It switches back to the speed mode.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough right now, trying to maybe approach, just crossing him up, you know, taking some distance. Tru4 trying to apply a bit more patience now with the grenade, but I feel like it's already too late in a sense. Got already too many percent. Nice spot dodge, avoiding the grab. Even if he's in shield, still keeping him really close to him. Now in shield mode, dash tag to cover the landing. Obviously, Nikita, what are you gonna do, man? Ooh, okay.
Oh, but for now, 160% Buster. Buster, at this point, he can die off anything. So let's switch to Buster mode, but down through. No, that's going to be back through. And Nikita is here. Nikita is here. Oh, Nikita is here, but he doesn't have the range. Nikita, the almighty Nikita. The mental pressure this side B is applying on your opponent is too damn high.